So that's all going to go in there. That's how it's going to be finished, but first we have to stitch it together. So what we do for that is we take another piece of paper the same width as our book. You got it all lined up here. I took this and I measured. We're going to want 6 holes in the spine of our book. My book is 7.5 inches, so I went up, whoopsie, 1¼ inches, and then I made another mark at each 1-inch increment, like that. Okay, so I'm going to use this as my template to punch the holes in the spine of my book. If you are a very careful person, you might want to lay each of these out, mark them, and punch them individually, but I'm finding that if I just do it all in one punch, it comes out fine. So I'm going to take my book. I wonder if you'll be able to see this. I'm going to hold it here between my knees, and I'm going to line up my paper guide. Okay, just like that. And now, making sure I don't puncture my chair, I'm going to put this little awl, I believe it is, right into the spine of the book, holding it a little bit folded so that this awl is going to be able to find the perfect center, perfect enough for us, and I'm going to punch through. Actually, I'll give it a little wiggle there, and do the same thing where each mark is. Make sure they're nice and tight together. And it's all punched. Okay, now we're going to decide what kind of binding we want to use. You can use this binding thread, which is really nice, really easy to sew with. It's very, I guess, discreet would be the word. Once it's in there, you can paint right over it, you'll hardly see it. I've made some with that, I like it, but what I'm really liking is doing the hemp cord and the matching hemp closure. And you can see it, it's a little bit lumpy, but it's got that kind of cool, earthy, fun look. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do this one with a wine color. So you take your hemp or your binding thread, or if you want to use embroidery floss or any kind of, you can use waxed thread, whatever you like. So we are going to measure 3 lengths of our spine. And then I like to be able to tie a bow, so I'm going to give it a little extra piece there. And we're going to cut that. And while we're here, the other piece we need is the same length, so we're just going to double that up. And cut another one. Okay, so you'll need a tapestry needle and thread your cord. You've got 6 holes here. So the way this is going to work is if you want to bind it with the knot on the inside and have a smooth outside, you'll go from the inside through. I want one of these little bows on my outside, so I'm going to go from the inside, or from the outside in. So I'm going to go through here, and then I'm going to weave. I'm going to go through and then come out this hole, back in this one, and I'm going to make a great big figure 8 until I come right back out the spine again. So here we go. And with your first pull here, give give it a little encouragement at first, especially the first one or two. And then once it's holding together tighter, it'll be easier. But your first one, you want to leave a tail about, I'm going to say about 6 inches long. So there it is. And actually we're just going to tie a little knot so that doesn't get away on us. Okay, we can rework that later if we need to. And now the weaving begins. So we're just going to hop through there. And the top hole. And back in this first hole we came through, our second one. And okay, so when you get to this one, you want to make sure you don't split your cord. Like if you just dove in there and got your needle right through the center of it, it gets harder. So just kind of tug that tail out of the way and go in beside that piece. You can make these with just 3 holes, and the sewing's a lot easier, but I did my first one that way and I found it didn't stay together as tight, so I like it with the 6 holes. There we go. Okay, should get that fold out of the way. And just make sure I'm going tight enough as we go here. Give them all a little tug. You can tighten that up later too. Where are you? Oh, you're right there. Okay. Okay, and here, the last one. Through it goes. There it's bound. Oh, and see, I did go right through that. Well, and there we go. And once more so it doesn't unravel on me. So there's the book.